Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara. You have landed on Astrocast. This is a special Astrocast well, for an event that is really powerful and will affect all of us on some level, individually and collectively. We have two big planets moving, changing signs, I should say. One of them happening on March 7th in alignment with the full moon, Virgo, and then the other one happening on the 23rd of March. Okay, so Saturn and Pluto both change signs. Okay, I want to talk about these in conjunction with each other. And again, I never script this. I just kind of look at some notes and just start talking. So we'll see how it goes. So first of all, let's talk about the fact that these two planets are moving and changing signs within 2 weeks of each other. Now, when planets change signs, it's a big deal. We can feel it, whether we acknowledge it or not. It's a shift, and the world feels it too. So I know some people might not believe in astrology, and that's fine, but I'm going to always go back to the fact that the moon makes the waves, and some of my teachers will go through certain events in history that happen on certain astrological huge events, like January of 2020, when we had the Great Conjunction, right? There's just things that happen that we just can't explain. So as you listen to this, come from that place, okay? So first of all, I want to say Pluto takes about 10 to 25 years to navigate through a sign, and about 248 years to go around the entire wheel. So some of us will get through this lifetime without Pluto even touching our charts. However, some of us have Pluto in Capricorn, like me, and you have been dealing with Pluto issues since 2008. Good times. Now, here's the other deal. Okay, both these planets, Saturn and Pluto, are at 29 degrees. So the very last degree of the sign that they're in. So Pluto's at 29 degrees Capricorn and going to move into Aquarius. Now Saturn is in Aquarius, 29 degrees, going to move into Pisces. Don't tell me that is a coinkydink. It is not. It's crazy and epic. So as these planets shift, they're going to shift at the same time. You know, they'll both be at 29 degrees as we have the March Virgo full moon. Pluto's going to stay on that degree because Pluto moves slower. So Pluto's going to stay there till March 23rd, which happens 2 days after the new moon, Aries, first sign of the zodiac wheel. Okay. And right after the equinox. So this is a huge portal of change. If you did not listen to the full moon recording, please, please, please listen to it, because I talk a little bit about that. Okay, let's go back here for a second. January 12th, 2020, Pluto, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter conjunct each other, the Great Conjunction. All of us astrologists knew about it. We just didn't know what the hell was going to happen. And then we all know what happened after that, right? So that stellium had not happened in 500 years, and it happened then. And now we're seeing a smaller variation of that. Just trust me. Okay. So Pluto moving into this new sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is humanitarian, bigger picture, power, technology. I'm going to go through a list of things that could come up. But this is about asking ourselves, how do I want to live in the future? How can I be empowered? Where have I disempowered myself? This is power versus reality. Where are you being authentic, right? Where are you disempowering yourself, giving your power away? Those are Pluto questions. Now, Saturn governs timing and patience. Saturn to Pisces will shift your focus on divine timing. So I've been talking to people about, really dropping into your spiritual practices. That's because when we just function as a human, we function with this brain, which is like a pea, the spit of an ant comparison to the universe. Okay. So divine timing is way more powerful than what we think. So my invitation during this time is to, kind of let go of the reins. It's a tough one for me. I get it. But I've said since January, cleanse, clear out, not just closets, but relationships, all the things that don't serve your higher good. And the only way you know what that is by trusting your intuition and just allowing things to fall away. One of my prayers is by Tosha Silver, is like, whatever needs to go, go. And whatever needs to come, come. And I say it every day. And sometimes I do this, but most of the time that only happens for like a nanosecond, and then I just let it go. So Pluto will tell us when we're out of sync with relationship to power, okay, individually and collectively. So when I say and collectively and make that face, it's because I'm talking about the systems that we have been working with since 2008 with Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto has been tearing down structures. Have you noticed? We've had our magnifying glass on systems that have been broken in our society. That's all I'm going to say. Not my business. Well, it is, but not my business. I just have to look at where my systems that are running in my body have shifted and changed since 2008. What systems did I break down in my own self? I suggest you ask yourself the same thing. Now, Pluto in Aquarius is going to show us, what wisdom did we glean from that, and how can we use that to enhance our perspective of the world in a bigger way? How can we use our power in this little pinky finger in a different, more efficient way? Okay, so here we are. Be open, be awake, be excited, because it's change, and change is inevitable. So if you're one of those people where you don't like change, if you say like, I don't like change, this is going to be tough for you. I'm just going to say, so maybe find a way where you can just be okay with change. Find one space in your life where you're like, okay, I can move that thing from here to there, and just start to practice change, because change is coming. Stay out of fear. Fear comes from the thinking mind. It comes from ruminating in the past or worrying about the future. Okay. It doesn't come from the present moment. Stay in the heart. The heart knows everything. Stay in your intuition, inner guidance. Okay. This is like the ending of all lessons from 2008. Do y'all remember 2008? I remember 2008. It was that big financial crash. Remember? And I had a yoga studio at the time. And at the time, when we had that financial crash, I loved my studio so much. But across the street, a gym, and will not say the name, put on their big marquee, yoga included in your membership, only $25 a month. And I remember going, are you kidding? And a year later, I guess what we did? We had to close our business and file for bankruptcy. Now, after that, my entire life, as I thought it was going to be, it was like pulling, when you have a ball of yarn and it's tangled, and then you finally find the thread and you pull it, and then it totally unravels. 2008, Pluto and Capricorn. So all I'm going to say, Pluto will be in Aquarius through 2044, and this is exponential growth. So I would say for funsies, take a look to see where Pluto is in your chart. Take a look to see if this is even going to affect you. Maybe it won't. If you need help, jingling, call me. So we're at the end of the road with Pluto and Capricorn. And let me just talk a little bit about the energies of Pluto. Pluto is a planet of deep transformation, of death and rebirth, of disempowerment and empowerment, of the subconscious, of the skeletons in your closet, the things you've swept under the rug, right? Pluto is the little, like, when you wake up at like 4 a.m, right? Pluto is our deepest desires. Pluto is about using your power in a way that confronts and works with your karma. That's why this Saturn and Pluto moving within 2 weeks of each other is huge, because Saturn is the Lord of karma. So it's almost like a move forward, right now. That's really what we're hearing. Okay. Pluto also guides us to where our power can help us transform our own relationship to ourselves, or maybe you're in relationships that are disempowering. You don't want to say to yourself, for example, like, I'm in this disempowering relationship, I need to leave right now. I want you to understand the medicine, full moon Virgo, from that relationship, and then utilize that power, the power that your newly unearthed awareness of your power in a way that will support your growth, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, big thing here, Pluto will go between Capricorn and Aquarius until November 19th, 2024. So we're going to go like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Always a good time with Pluto. Those of you who have Pluto and Capricorn, I feel you. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. However, it's really not. It's lessons, it's evolution. Look at it that way. Okay. I want to go to, okay. So 20 years, Pluto and Aquarius, just an idea. Okay. A move away from individual thinking, like me, to group think, to masterminds. A transformation of our top-down structures of business and government. That's already been happening. If you haven't noticed, wake up. It's already happening. Technology, if you noticed, just think about how far we've come since 2008. It's going to even go quicker now with Pluto and Aquarius. That will also bring along exposure of companies that are inauthentic, or even systems or industries that have an inauthenticity to them. Okay. Big tech companies potentially falling from power. 3 of my teachers have predicted that. I'm like, I agree. Absolutely. New approaches to teachings, to medicines, to, really revolutionizing the medical community. And I think where I think that has already happened is the legalization of cannabis in certain areas of the United States. And also think about, well, I'm just going to say it, psilocybin. Let's talk about that for a second, right? I'm a huge fan of Ram Dass and Timothy Leary. That's all I'm going to say on that. I think you're going to see more of that coming through, because Pluto Capricorn is transformation in systems, and now we're going to go to a bigger thing. So just think of it as, or feel into it as, a way for us as a society to become lighter and more about humanitarian, altruistic ways of being. Okay, that was just Pluto. Here's Saturn. You ready? Okay, so Saturn is Lord of Karma. Saturn's going to move from Aquarius to Pisces. Now, Pisces is water. Pisces is all about mystical, psychic abilities, intuition, right? So Saturn in Pisces is bringing a sense of seriousness to those. Saturn is like, okay, you've been dreaming about this. I see you. You've been writing it down. You've been praying. You've been putting it in your little altar. You've been doing the vision board. You've been doing the thing. I see you. Here's the thing. When Saturn changes signs, it leaves you a gift. Saturn will reward you for your work. So be open to the gift, be open to this. But Saturn makes things real. Saturn's like, okay, you have all these dreams. What are you going to do about it? So while Pluto has been cleaning up all of this illusion, creating a sense of empowerment for you, not letting you fall victim, not letting you be disempowered, right? Saturn move into Pisces is like, okay, we're ready to go. And remember, Pluto moves into Aquarius and Saturn moves out. So it's like they're working in conjunction with each other. It's really kind of cool. I mean, we can't make this stuff up. Okay. Pisces is about the heart. So Saturn is going to ask you to be real with what's in your heart and not shove it under the rug anymore. Think infinite possibility, think infinite potential, think infinite inner resources. Okay. Think trusting that intuition of yours. It never lies, ever, ever. Now don't just trust it and listen to it, actually act on it. Okay. This is going to indicate, this is going to marry your dreams and desires with how to make it into a reality. So up level that spiritual practice, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. However you design your life, however you connect to that higher power, do it. Okay. Wonder, awe, reverence will meet reality. And it's going to come to you in a flash if you're open. You can create what you really love and what you really want to do if you believe in yourself and you allow yourself to think outside the box. That's Saturn and Pisces. And listen, be so present that nothing will shake you. Clarity, focus, be so present. Be so present. Turn off those damn dings on your phone. Start there. Okay, I got no dings on my phone except text and phone. That's it. Do it now. Go right now. Get your phone. Turn off the dings. Not important. Not important. So this is a powerful time. Hold on, oh my gosh, I just said all the things that I wrote here. If you look at the house of where Saturn has been while in Aquarius, this is going to align with the themes that you've been working with. Now, again, if you don't understand that or you don't want to deal with it, reach out to me. Happy to read your chart for you. Happy to do it for you. Before Saturn leaves Aquarius, I mentioned this already, it will deliver you a gift. Saturn will give you a gift. Saturn will say, nice job. Nice job. You did your best. Okay. Those of you who have Saturn and Aquarius, you've been going through your Saturn return. If you didn't know that, welcome. Those of you with Saturn and Pisces, you're about to hit your Saturn return. Don't know what that means? Go to myastrocast.com. I talk all about it. All right. Let's see. Okay, so Saturn's also going to move into Pisces. This is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. So this is cleaning up energy from even a bigger cycle. Okay. Think about this as an ending of not just something that you have been working on, but that we have been working on as a collective. Okay, Saturn is super grounded. Pisces is all about not being grounded. Saturn is about boundaries, responsibilities, structures, restrictions. Pisces is about other realms. So the energy can be a little tense at first, but once you can kind of fall into this sense of balance between flowing and then restricting or pausing even, and then flowing and going back and forth, it's a very creative balance. It's actually very, very helpful. Saturn's got that very grounded, practical energy, and Pisces is about creativity. So turn on that creativity meter and allow yourself to dream big. But at the same time, take responsibility for your actions. Don't think that like, okay, I'm going to create my vision board. I'm going to write out all the things I want to do. And then I'm going to do the exact opposite. I want to gain muscle. I want to lose weight, but I'm going to eat whatever I want and never go to the gym or whatever, right? You can't do that. You have to stick to what your responsibility is as a human functioning, with this sweet soul. You got a responsibility with this earth suit. So you have to step up and take responsibility for that, right? Okay, let me give you some themes here. I have so many. Okay, a push-pull between structure and restriction and going with the flow. Just notice you're going to have to do both. You're going to have to do both. You have to do both. You have to flow with the two of them. A greater sense of grounding for yourself, right? And maybe more creative spark will come to you. Be open to these things happening. Let's see. Yeah, this one too. I would say like a desire to learn about your ancestry or your lineage, or maybe just kind of going through this whole process of like, well, wow, where did that habit come from? Or whose is this, or is this mine? Like just a deeper way of trying to understand yourself, right? Greater sense of grounding. Okay, yeah, here we go. Increasing sensitivity to your higher senses. Now, an increase of your sensitivity to your higher ways of being isn't going to happen unless you practice. And by practice, I mean go to nature, be in awe of nature, meditation, breath, yoga, prayer, whatever it is that gets you out of your mind and into your heart, into those higher realms of being. When you allow yourself to focus on a higher understanding, and maybe not even having to have that defined for you, you are shown the most glorious gifts of your life, truly. And FYI, not everyone in your life right now will be on that same trip with you. And that's okay. But you don't have to explain it to them. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to drag them with you. You get to just be on your own trip. Isn't that fun? So big time, big time. And I think I mentioned this, but it's worthy of noting. Saturn moves into Pisces on the same day as the full moon Virgo. And Jupiter and Chiron are conjunct each other. Expansion of healing. Like this is a big deal, y'all. Big deal. I would love to read your chart for you. If any of this resonates with you, oh my gosh, please reach out to me, dana@danadamara.com. Send me a note, say, I need my chart read. Or go to my website. You find it under, what does it say? I think it says like work with me or work with Dana. Scroll down to astrology reading, click schedule. It's a great time to get your chart read. Okay. I am over the moon. So excited about this month. I love change though. I really do. I think it's why we're here. Again, if you're not a big change person, I feel you. Reach out to me. I'll give you some practices. Okay. But just, you gotta let go of the reins. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Have such a beautiful day. Namaste.